Ahoy there, people of the interwebs, and welcome to this week's edition of Transformer of the Week, where I'm going to be looking at this guy. This is Beast Wars 2 Galvatron. Oh my gosh. So, Beast Wars had its time in the American show. And it was great, it was glorious. But it was this CGI show that had a few characters and ran, was quite well written and was a lot of fun. Now in Japan, they also decided to have some further series of Beast Wars. So Beast Wars 2, and this was a cel-drawn animation, much like, G1, the G1 cartoon. It was a continuation on, kind of, Beast Wars, but it was kind of a side story. And in it, Beast Wars 2, the bad guy was Galvatron. And he's probably one of the first iterations of Galvatron that was not Megatron. So he is a separate character from Megatron, which is, is a thing of note, really, because, that's what IDW is doing now, is having them as separate characters. But, yeah, first happened in Beast Wars 2. He's a dragon. He's a purple dragon. I wish he was just a little bit more pinker, but, he's fine being lilac, the true eye colour of a Targaryen, you'll find. And he's lovely. He's kind of lovely. He's weird, but he's lovely. And he's got that lovely Beast Wars to me, I always loved, liked, enjoyed these. You get these either segregated tails or neck joints that had ball joints in them, just gave us lots of possibilities. So he's got one of them, and he's got this nice head on a hinge, just a lovely, like that elongated dragon size, a nice opening and closing mouth. It's just, I love the sculpt on that. And the green and the reds just to make it pop. And some nice silver teeth as well. You can see that. Don't need to tell you what colours are unless you're Mike Cass, because, he's colourblind and he'll tell you in every video. Nice, functionary, vestigial, redundant arms that, all your dragons and T-Rexes like. Well, not all your dragons, but, it's very dinosaur. Then we get the shoulder pads. He's got big shoulder pads. Let's just address these. They're just there. We'll see why later. And he's got these legs that are kind of misproportioned. I don't know why the legs are quite there. It could be lower down or up here or something, or lower down. But they're here. It's like he's got high-waisted trousers, but his actually legs start where the high-waisted trousers begin. But they're nice. They're fair enough. They're nice. Bit of ball jointing, universal joint on there as well, and a thigh swivel. But the knees, man. Check out the knees. The knees are guns, and they're just unapologetically guns, just cannons that just have this weird amount of kibble just sticking out there. To then to the thin calves, mighty gold clawed feet. There's nothing moving in the tail apart from the missile that threw out. 1 second. As I was going to say, he's got firing missiles. And in being Beast Wars, they're not quite missile-sized, but, they're quite lovely, weird weapon missiles. So you know what missiles belong to what characters. But yeah, all in all, this Dragon Mode is quite impressive. It's quite fun. The proportions are a bit weird of where the legs are and this massive collar. But other than that, it's amazing. I like it. I really do like it. It's got a lot of character. Now, being a transformer, he does transform. Not just once. Being a weird transformer, he does have 3 modes. So, we get this. We put that like so. And we get this. And we move this like that. So we swivel this around. And we encapsulate his head within that collar. I don't know where this is going. Let's just move these arms out of the way. He does have wings, by the way. Can kind of flap. But we completely missed flappy wings. Right. Unpeg these legs. Take this, move it to there. Move these down like so. Move this down like so. So these are now together. And now plug that in like so. Move these down. And round. Kind of get this foot make sure we're doing things in the right order here. Fold that foot away. So now that will encapsulate it. Do the same over here. So we get this round like so. Move this foot out. Move this down. Bring this in place over it. Now we've got that going on. So now we can move these to the sides. We can move these like so to the bottom. And this is his 3rd mode, which is a drill tank. It's a drill. I mean, it's a dildo. It's a dildo. He turns into a dildo, and you press this, and that drills. That. A lot of nights you can find entertainment with that. But it's kind of funky. It's kind of funky. It's kind of, as Beast Wars 3rd modes go, it's quite cool. Again, it retains these guns here. They're now facing forward, ready to blast stuff. And I like transitions in Transformers. Not just transformations, but transitions. Now, what I'm talking about here is like the way that you've got Action Master Megatron, which is the Action Master based on the G1 Megatron toy. And he rides in, what he comes with is a big green tank with purple camouflage. That's what he rides in, and then G2 Megatron is that tank. It's kind of that kind of transition there, and then you could kind of, ones that you could kind of make up from that is the green and purple tank. In Beast Wars, he's then a green crocodile and then a purple dinosaur. Transitions. What we've got here is this faux cockpit, this very alien curved faux cockpit on the drill mode, is very similar to the same cockpits that you see in the car robots, the RID Megatron. So I like that as kind of a, it's here first, that design cue, and then it's used in another Galvatron Megatron later on in a different line. And I like that kind of transition, that kind of design cue that follows through. So I like. But yeah, other than that, I think he's the only Transformer that turns into a dildo. And he does transform. So let's get him into robot mode now. So we have these legs we'll pull out. I think we need to Move these back to the side again. Move those kneecaps down. Move that tread to the back again. Move that kneecaps down. So we're getting... Move that up. Move that up. There we have his legs and feet. That might not necessarily be in the right position yet. So we have all this. This can all assemble. It can kind of flap around like so. And this tail, without firing any missiles off, can separate like so. And these can move round, and these can move round. So now we're over here, we can finally, if we got enough tension to do the waist swivel, like so. This head reveal, plug that in, go onto his arms, like that, swivel that round, pull that down, swivel these out, get that, plug it to the side. And there we have Galvatron. Move these arms, move these legs the right way around. There we have Galvatron. We can kind of tidy this up a little bit, I think. So move this down. This can come off. Just neaten him up. And there he is in his robot mode. He's alright, he's very animation. He's got that Megatron head sculpt from Beast Wars, that same shit-eating grin. But there's something about his proportions here. These big legs, quite a small body, big arms, and a massive head. It's a little bit chibi because of how small his body is compared to the rest of his limbs and his head. So he's quite a cutesy character. With all these paints, again, we've got some kind of owl eyes. Got this marble in the centre. It's just, you could stare into that for hours, like a crystal ball. Read your fortune. It's got a nice head twist there. It's got lovely arm joints. I love just the sculpt work and the kind of, that's very kind of 90s metal superhero bicep there, you know, like your Colossus or your Cable, you know, like that. He does have a wrist swivel, so he can have these, or he can flip these out to cover his arms and fire missiles, pew pew pew. You can just fire missiles from here. You can fire them off and then place them in his hand as axes. This thing here, now covered up, makes a good prop or third leg for giving him some extra posability. So, you know, he can use that to stabilise himself if you wanted to put him in some wicked poses. This, I think this crystal, this marble is called the Galva Matrix. And this is called the Galva Claw. There's a lot of Galvatron stuff going on here in his name. It's very galvanizing or something. And this forms Beast Wars' favourite of the Attack Claw. What is a Beast Wars figure without an Attack Claw, eh? They love them. They love an Attack Claw in Beast Wars, and that is just an absolutely ridiculously massive one. Let's try and neat this guy up again. So I didn't buy this guy at TF Nation this year. He was one of the things that I was looking for, and as I went into the queue for this comic book that was an exclusive comic book, but it wasn't actually out at that time, so I was in the queue for no reason whatsoever. And then when I left that queue, I went to Toy Fu and I saw the box for Beast Wars Galvatron on one of their shelves, and I was going up to the front where the staff were to ask for it, and just as I was getting there, I saw one of the staff members grab it off the shelf, hand it over to another customer, and take the money, and I was gutted, and that was the only one at the convention. I was like, I was literally just seconds away from purchasing it, and it was one of the only things I really wanted to get at TF Nation, because I was after like some random old vintage bizarre stuff, and you don't get much bizarrer than Beast Wars 2 Galvatron. So I missed him. So now it seems to have become, because it's happened twice now, a tradition at TF Nation, since it was the second TF Nation, for me to drunkenly purchase something off eBay in the bar on Saturday night. And this was that purchase. So it came a couple of days after TF Nation. And he's an absolutely fantastic addition to my Beast Wars figures. Because he's bloody Galvatron. And he's a dragon. And he's a Drildo. And what more do you want from Transformers? And that's why it's this week's Transformer of the Week. Join me next time when there'll be more Transformers. There'll be more weeks. And believe it or not, we'll just keep going and going and going. I thought I'd run out of Transformers by now, but I haven't. So join me next time. Until then, be excellent to each other. Party on, dudes. And because you deserve it, let's fist bump, eh? Fisto! Fisto!